There is a currency more valuable than money, more powerful than status, and more influential than words. Most people go their entire lives without ever realizing it exists, and so they remain poor in it, begging for scraps of it from others. That currency is presence, not charisma, not confidence. Raw, undeniable, gravitational presence. It is the reason why some people walk into a room and the very air seems to warp around them. Conversations pause. Eyes shift. A silent question hangs in the air. Who is that? And then there is you. You walk into that same room, and you might as well be a ghost. You speak, and your words dissolve into the background noise. You try to connect, to be seen, to matter, and you are met with a polite, soul-crushing indifference. You are present, but you are not there. Let's be honest with each other. That feeling, it's a specific kind of hell. It is the silent agony of irrelevance. You have been told a lie. You were told to be nicer, to be more outgoing, to work on your social skills, to find better words. But the men who command a room are not using better words. Many of them barely speak at all. They are using a technology of the mind so ancient and so powerful that it was never written down in any textbook. It was never taught in any school. In fact, our entire modern society, with its endless distractions and fractured attention, is designed to make you incapable of ever discovering it. This is not a social skill. It is a psychological weapon. It is the art of commanding respect, attention, and deference through the single most powerful tool you possess, your gaze. I am going to teach you the principles of what I call the sovereign's gaze. But I must warn you, this path is irreversible. This technique doesn't just change how others see you. It changes how you see them. You will start to see the insecurity behind their bravado, the fear behind their anger, the silent pleas for validation behind their smiles. You will see the world with a clarity that is both a superpower and a curse. You will no longer be ignored, but you may find it very, very lonely at the top. If you are ready to trade your invisibility for power, then prepare yourself. Your training in the silent order begins now. Before you can learn the technique, you must understand why you were never meant to. Your gaze is a conduit of pure, focused energy. In its natural state, it is designed to signal intent, assess threats, and establish dominance. A direct, unwavering gaze is the oldest signal of power in the animal kingdom, and we are still animals. But society cannot function with a population of sovereign individuals who see the world with piercing clarity. A system of control requires a population that is distracted, anxious, and most importantly, that looks away. Think about your life. From childhood, you were taught not to stare. You were told it was rude. You were taught to lower your eyes in the presence of authority. As you grew older, technology finished the job. Your attention was shattered into 1,000 pieces by screens, notifications, and endless scrolling. Your ability to hold a steady, focused gaze atrophied. It was intentionally weakened. Why? Because a man who cannot hold a gaze cannot hold a frame. A man who cannot hold a frame cannot hold power. And a man without power is the perfect consumer, the perfect employee, the perfect manageable citizen. He is constantly seeking validation from the outside because he has lost the ability to generate it from the inside. His eyes dart around, looking for approval, for a friendly face, for a signal that he is safe. He offers a weak, fleeting glance in conversation, a look that non-verbally screams, "I am not a threat. You can dismiss me. Please just like me." The men who possess true presence operate on a different frequency. They have, through instinct or brutal self-training, reawakened this dormant power. Their gaze does not seek, it assesses. It does not ask for permission, it grants it. When you feel their presence, you are not reacting to their clothes or their status. You are reacting to the primal part of your brain, that recognizes a predator, a king, a sovereign being. Their stillness, their focused energy, their unwavering gaze, it all signals to your subconscious. This person is not a pawn. This person is a player. Adjust your status accordingly. The sovereign's gaze is not about aggression. Aggression is the tool of the man who fears he has lost control. The sovereign's gaze is the tool of the man who knows he never lost it in the first place. It is a state of being that communicates, without words, I see everything. I am not rattled by what I see. And I am in complete control of myself, regardless of what you do. This is the power they have tried to train out of you. This is the power we are about to take back. This is the practical method. It requires discipline. It is not a trick you perform, but a state you must embody. We will break it down into 4 distinct phases. You cannot project power if you are a storm of chaos on the inside. Before you even think about looking at another person, you must first master your own internal state. The exercise is simple. Several times a day, stop what you are doing. Close your eyes for 30 seconds. Ignore your thoughts. Ignore the outside world. Bring 100% of your attention to the physical center of your body, about 2 inches below your navel. Breathe into that point. Feel it as the anchor of your entire being, the center of your gravity. Your goal is to find a place of absolute stillness inside yourself, a point of calm in the hurricane of life. You must know what this internal silence feels like. You must be able to return to it at will. This anchor is the source of the power you will later project. A gaze from an anxious mind is weak. A gaze from a still mind is a weapon. When you walk into a room, your instinct, the one they trained into you, is to immediately look for a person, a safe space, an escape route. You will now kill this instinct. The moment you enter a new space, whether it's a meeting room, a coffee shop, or a party, you will pause. For 2 full seconds. In those 2 seconds, your eyes will not dart around nervously. Instead, you will engage the expansive gaze. This is a soft, unfocused look. You are not looking at anything in particular. You are taking in the entirety of the space. The layout. The energy. The flow of people. Your gaze should drift calmly across the whole environment, as if you are a general surveying the battlefield before the engagement begins. This communicates to every subconscious mind in that room that you are not a guest seeking a place. You are a sovereign entity assessing your environment. You are not looking for a seat. You are deciding where the center of power is. Now you will engage with an individual. You have assessed the territory. Now you choose your target. This is where your gaze becomes a focused instrument. When you look at someone, you will no longer offer a fleeting, social glance. You will offer them a focused beam of your full, undivided attention. Imagine your gaze has physical weight. The key is the intention behind it. You are not looking at them with aggression, or with desire, or with need. You are looking with intense, dispassionate curiosity. Your gaze should say, I am not just listening to your words. I am observing the very core of your being. I find you interesting. You hold this gaze for a fraction of a second longer than is socially comfortable. Most people will look away first. This is a subconscious transfer of power. They have deferred to the strength of your presence. You must be the one to decide when the connection breaks. This is the master-level step that creates an addictive psychological pull. After you have held the focused beam, and they have felt the full weight of your attention, you do not break the gaze by nervously looking down or away. You break it with a slow, deliberate, almost bored indifference. You turn your head calmly, as if you have gleaned all the information you required and your powerful attention is now needed elsewhere. This sequence is devastatingly effective. You have given them a powerful dose of pure presence, something they rarely receive, making them feel seen on a deep level. Then, you have taken it away, not out of weakness but out of choice. This creates a subconscious void. They will feel an immediate, unspoken urge to win your attention back. They will start to perform for you. They will chase you. You have not said a single word. You have simply taken control of the most valuable currency in the room, your own presence. Now you understand the method. But you must understand the war you are truly fighting. This is not just about social dynamics. This is about reclaiming your mind from a system designed to shatter it. The modern world is a weapon of mass distraction. Every screen, every app, every notification is engineered with the sole purpose of hijacking your attention. A focused mind is the enemy of the modern economy. A man who can sit in silence is a man who doesn't need to buy things to numb his anxiety. A man who can hold a steady gaze is a man who sees through the empty promises of advertising. A man whose attention is a fortified weapon is a man who cannot be easily swayed by manufactured outrage or political propaganda. They do not want you to have a sovereign gaze, because a sovereign gaze comes from a sovereign mind. And a sovereign mind is ungovernable. They taught you that multitasking is a skill. It is a lie. Multitasking is the act of doing multiple things poorly. It is the fragmentation of your power. It is training for a weak mind. The sovereign's gaze is impossible for a man who is mentally fragmented. It requires a unified, focused, and present consciousness. This is why the practice of this technique is, in itself, an act of rebellion. It is a declaration of war against the forces that seek to keep your mind scattered, weak, and obedient. Every time you practice holding your anchor point, you are resisting. Every time you walk into a room and use the expansive gaze instead of looking at your phone, you are resisting. Every time you offer someone your focused beam of attention instead of giving them a distracted glance, you are resisting. You are reclaiming your focus from a world that wants to steal it and sell it back to you in meaningless pieces. This is the real battle. Respect is simply the byproduct of winning it. When you live with this practice, you do not just change. You transmute. You cease to be an object that is acted upon by the world, and you become a force that acts upon it. The changes will be subtle at first, then profound. People will stop interrupting you. Your calm, unwavering gaze will create a silent boundary that they will feel, even if they don't understand it. In meetings, the focus of the room will naturally drift toward you, even when you are silent. Your presence becomes the anchor point for the group. Arguments will de-escalate in your presence. Your non-reactive stillness absorbs the chaos of others, forcing them to confront their own emotional state rather than projecting it onto you. You will start to feel a deep sense of calm in situations that used to terrify you. Social anxiety is born from the fear of judgment. But when you are the one observing, the one assessing, you are no longer the one being judged. You have flipped the script entirely. But this is where the promised danger lies. This is the cost. This power can create a profound sense of isolation. You will see the games, the masks, the insecurities in everyone, and it can become difficult to connect authentically. You risk becoming a cold observer, a master strategist in a human game that you no longer feel a part of. This is the final test for the sovereign mind. You must learn to wield this power without letting it encase your heart in ice. This requires a new set of rules. Rule 1. Gaze with intent, not contempt. Use your power to see people, to truly understand them, not to dismiss them as simple machines. The goal is clarity, not cynicism. Rule 2. Practice soft eyes. You must have moments where you consciously decide to lower the intensity, to offer a gaze of warmth and connection, not assessment. This is a choice you make, proving you are still in command. Rule 3. Find those who can meet your gaze. Seek out the rare individuals who are not intimidated by your presence. Those who can meet your focused gaze with their own. These are your equals. They are the only ones who can keep you from disappearing into the cold void of your own power. You have been given the blueprint. The power of presence has always been within you, buried under years of social conditioning. Now you will unearth it. You will sharpen it. You will wield it. You are no longer a ghost. You are the gravity. To mark this shift, to signal that you have understood this transmission, go to the comments and write this one sentence. My eyes are open. It is a declaration. A quiet promise to yourself that you will no longer look away. You will no longer live as an unseen force. This is the work. It is not easy. It is not comfortable. But it is the path. Subscribe to the Silent Order and learn to see the world as it truly is.